Hello, how are you? Namaste, dears. Hope you are having a good weekend and you didn't miss your spiritual practice today, I guess. That's my wish that everyone persistently continue with their spiritual practice every single day, including the weekends. No holiday for spiritual practices on weekends. Okay, today I'm going to answer a question somebody asked about Rudraksha. Can a non-Hindu wear and use Rudraksha? My answer is yes, absolutely. Why not? Why we should hesitate, why we should doubt to use a Rudraksha, which means the gift of God. It's a gift of God that for whole humanity. When the God gifted something in this world, He didn't label it, okay, this is for Hindus, this is for Muslims, this is for Catholics, this is for Baha'is. No, it's for the whole humanity. So we need not to hesitate at all. I have a couple of stories about telling about why we should start thinking about a universal religion, and it is already too late. Okay, this happened a long time ago. One of my favorite spiritual teacher is from Kerala, and his name is Sri Narayana Guru. Sri Narayana Guru. Back then in India, the caste system existed. The caste system, different divisions of communities. And the higher class, the Brahmins, they stay close to the gods, and the lower caste, they didn't even the permission to worship Shiva. They weren't allowed to go into the temples. Sri Narayana Guru, an educated, enlightened poet, saint, more than that, he was a social reformer in our community. For him, he couldn't accept this separation. He couldn't agree with this division among human beings about God. So you know what he did? He went to a river and picked up a beautiful stone, and he consecrated it and established as an idol of Shiva, of Lord Shiva. And he built a temple, and he let everyone from any caste, from any gender, from any part of the world, they could go inside and offer their prayers and worship the God. But the Brahmins, the high class people, they couldn't digest this idea. They got irritated. They got very upset with him. They questioned, who gave you the permission to do this? Who gave you the permission to build a temple for the low people from the low caste? He said, don't worry, this is a Irava Shiva. Irava means it is a name of the lower caste. And so this is a Shiva of lower caste, don't worry. These Brahmins, no, he was pulling their legs. But this incident lit the beginning of a social reformation in whole Kerala. And then there emerged many temples here and there, and people find a new meaning about religious practice or spirituality. And that wind spread out of Kerala to other parts of India, and other parts of India also, these people got the freedom, found the freedom to have their own temple and worship God. Okay. And he went on to teach, he famously teach, one caste, one religion, one God for man. Whichever the religion it suffices, if it makes a better man. Isn't it beautiful? Isn't it something that we all, the whole universe, the whole world take now and think about an universal religion? This happened in 1888, 130 odd years ago. We now, in this modern world, we think we live in the most advanced scientifically, technologically advanced world we live in. But still, don't we think that many people have surrendered their intelligence to the rules and regulations of a religion, of the religions, do we still belittle this vast awareness, this God consciousness, this unlimited power, the unlimited source, this unlimited love? There are still people trying to bottle it and name it and having a movement about it. Doesn't make any sense to me. So there is another story that I want to tell, because I think it is time to think about a universal religion for the whole world, where it accept all the religions, all the spiritual texts, and use the best parts from every religious and spiritual paths for the betterment of humanity. This happened a while ago. There was identical twins. They're very identical because even their parents couldn't recognize sometimes the difference between them, So they look very similar. They felt very similar. Their psychology was the same. They have the same sound. They ate the same food every time. When one get a cold, the other also get cold. If one get a diarrhea, the other will also get diarrhea. So such a similarity they have. They're grown up. The parents found the best eligible husbands for them from their own, from their community. They both were highly revered, respected in their community, educated, handsome, rich, and intelligent, I guess. One was one of their religious leader, and he was very religious, and he was working with their religious institution, and the other one was a writer, and he was working in the newspaper. I tell what happened in the end. After a while, after a few months or a couple of years, both girls got sick. Something went wrong with their heart. They need immediate surgery. The writer husband convinced his wife, and they went to the nearest hospital, where they found an expert surgeon who was dealing with this kind of problems. He was a specialist, and the surgery went very well, and she was getting healed. But the religious husband, it was quite. He was in a dilemma, and it was quite difficult for him to accept the idea that his wife is treated by a doctor from another religion. This hospital was run by a Catholic priest, and the doctor was a Catholic priest, Catholic doctor. So he couldn't accept the idea that his wife is treated by a man from another religion. But he did his research, and he found a doctor, but it was in the northern India, and they got the flight, and they went there. They get into the taxi. On the way back, they got trapped in the traffic. The traffic in India, we drive crazy. It's like a roller coaster. It's ridiculous. Okay. So anyway, they weren't expecting this traffic jam, and then the girl started to feel weird and started to feel faint. And the taxi driver found the way to get out of the traffic, and he was dashing off to the hospital. They nearly came in an accident with a transport bus, and he has to brake suddenly and then change. But at that moment, this girl startled a little, and then she went into kind of coma. They rushed to the hospital, and she was taken immediately to the observation, and they were taken to the under the treatment of the doctor. But she wasn't anymore. She left already her body. I'm not telling to judge about the two attitude, but what I am telling is the God, the universe, has gifted us so many beautiful things to enjoy in this world. In different ways, in different parts of the world, As we said yesterday, our guru may appear in any form, in a form of a wife, husband, parents, children, friends, a stranger. The same way, the angel or the messenger of God will appear in our life in a form that we never expect. So don't have a rigid idea about that. Be open, be free. The God wants us to enjoy this life here, make this world a beautiful heaven. People speaking about heaven for life after. When you die, you go to the heaven. How many heavens are there? How many heavens are there? Heaven for Hindus, which is controlled by Shiva, Vishnu, and Brahma, and then another heaven is controlled by Jesus Christ and Saint Paul and Saint Peter. Then another heaven is controlled by Baha'u'llah, Abdul Baha. Is there so many heavens out there? My question is: these heavens are in fight, in war to establish their supremacy, like some countries now are trying to establish their supremacy to prove that they are the best country in the world, number one country in the world, and they go out and kill other human beings. The funny part is, these people, when they go out to kill others, they offer their prayers and they ask for the protection of the God, protect me and protect me from get hit and return home safely after killing all those people. By any chance, by accident, if I get hit, please make sure I have a seat in your heaven at the right hand side of the God. How beautiful is it? Okay, so that is not the question. Dear friends, dear souls, the heaven is here, right here in this world. It is our responsibility to make the life here a heavenly one, make our home a heavenly home, make our society, make our country a heavenly country, this world a heavenly world. That is the responsibility each and every one. You decided to live in this heaven, you are in heaven. If you haven't seen heaven in your life, get out of your home. Go walk up to the mountain. I am looking at the mountain behind this camera. Go walk up the mountain and look downward. Look at this beautiful world, how beautiful it is. Get into a boat, go into the deepest sea and look to the shore. How beautiful the shore is. And see how vast this world is when you are in the middle of the sea. So, guys, the heaven is here. Everything is produced, given by the universe is equally for each and every human beings, whether you belong to any religious path. Please don't let your mind, let your awareness, let your intelligence crippled by the rules and regulations of religions. Use any tool, any knowledge, any teaching that digests with your intelligence, that helps you to grow, that helps you to progress in your life, to get better and to find the best version of yourself, to find the God self within yourself. Use any tool. Have the freedom, have the courage. This question originally comes from fear. What if I am a Catholic? If I am a Hindu, what if I what if I go to the religious place or the place of worship of other religion? Nothing will happen. The God will love you because the God is beyond all the religious limitations. The God is beyond, or the God self is beyond all the limitations and boundaries of this world, of this all these countries. It is beyond all these continents. It is such a vast idea. The God is such a vast idea. So, let us stop these limiting thoughts. Let us come out of that trap. I am from a Catholic family originally. I trained as I supposed to be a priest. But my vocation is different. My calling is different. My service is different. I had to find tools that helps me growing physically, mentally, and spiritually, emotionally. I have to find different. So that's what now I am sharing with you. And yoga is my path. And I don't believe that that is the only true path out there. Because why we have so many paths? Remember, it is just because we all in a different temperament. We all think in different frequencies. We all think in different time cycle. So we all have this difference and uniqueness. So find your path, stick with that, but that doesn't mean that you have to limit yourself there. That doesn't mean all other paths and all other tools are wrong. They are not from the uh, from the uh, uh, from the devil. Okay, I use this word because somebody commented me once that only our God is the true God, everything else is from the devil. How beautiful it is. Okay, guys, I think I had given enough lecture today. Um, Please be free. Freedom. Freedom of all limiting beliefs. That's what we look. Expansion is what we look. Expansion doesn't come from being inside a bottle. Jump out of that bottle. Jump out of that circle and live this world. The world is so big, so huge, so vast. And cultivate a mind, this question, what are the possibilities? How vast I am, how big my universe is, how big my world is. Okay, I leave you to enjoy the rest of your weekend. I see you in the next video. Thank you very much for listening to me. I love you guys. Big hug. Namaste.